Alright, hello, my name is Joshua Blas. I'm also known online as Solo Zeno. Probably my first video in like a couple of years. I'm gonna be going over the process of making webtoons, or what I have found in my process of making webtoons. I've only made like one official one. The other is, I'll explain in a bit, it's just like a test I had. I just made a bunch of like really horrible artwork and just slapped it into the webtoon format. For the one I actually put effort into, it's something I call Misatsu. It's based on basically the start of when Street Fighter 3 came out. Basically as like the message for trying to get people into fighting games, and the feeling you get when you play it. So the way I started out, I had a Google Docs that I made it in, that had all the script stuff. Well, no, not the script, the character designs. No, the character sheets. You know, writing down who the characters were, their names, the things they liked, and just short descriptions of what I'd want them to look like. After that, I did the character designs. Honestly, these are very sloppy, and that made the characters when I drew them in the webtoon be very inconsistent. In some panels, the hair of the main character, Steve, very short, sometimes it's extra long. The anatomy was very off in a lot of them. And then after that, I worked on the storyboards. I'm gonna be honest, 8 is a lot for a one shot. Maybe it's the right amount, I don't know. But I went for like 8. Webtoon's very weird with how you want to structure your storyboards. So each page is like a very long vertical page. On average, I'd have like 9 panels per page. At the end, I had like 80. You could see here as a number. And yeah, I just had it illustrating what would happen, where the speech bubbles would be, and it determined the pacing of how the one shot would go. The process for the storyboard was, honestly, I had a trouble thinking about how to fill up the middle. I knew what I wanted the start to be, you know, him being in school and like walking out, and then he would go into the arcade, then fight against this expert player, you know, try as hard as he could but lose. Then he'd be like, he'd go back home, get a chancleta to the face by his mom, then come back and like sometime in the future and back to try and face him again, you know, with new equipment, new arcade stick, and that would be how it ended. Now, in order for the actual process of making the webtoons, big mistake I made, I had the layers, or like the size of the pages, 1600 by 1200. It's way too big, and the quality really didn't change much from 800 to 1600. It forced me to have to use like about 8 to 10 layers in order for each page, which I really should have planned more on the backgrounds, because I didn't. One thing that I didn't think about when making the webtoon was the places that he's gonna go to have people in them, and I did not plan at all to draw extra people. So another thing that I had happen to me when I was trying to upload it is that because of how many pages I had, it would just not fit into the specific megabyte limits that Webtoon has. So I had to separate the one shot into 2 chapters, which is I mean, it was okay, but I would have wanted it to just be one chapter to match with a one shot. I posted it on Manga Plus as well. It seems like the megabyte limit that Manga Plus has is a lot larger than Webtoon, so what I did was I had too many panels happening on each page. I was thinking like a person making a manga instead of a webtoon, and the distinct difference between a webtoon and a manga is that with webtoon you have the opportunity to make much larger images. You could go into more detail, and if you make smaller panels you lose a lot of the detail. So my recommendation is try to go bigger. If you can go bigger, it'll be easier to draw, because I had hell just trying to get these really small characters done. Like, I started this in the planning was in late July, did the character designs and writing in like August, and then the whole process of making the webtoon, I finished it in around November. College slowed me down a bit. I worked around it. I had some breaks during my classes, so I went to the library, worked on it for like 2-3 hours I had. Even though it sucks, even though the colors got messed up, the anatomy's real wrong, the main thing is I at least got something out there. And now that I have something out there, I know how to get projects done. Go and work on a new series, like a new project. I could have concepts of how I'd plan out the project. So for the storyboard, it would have been 7,200 or 7,200 by 6,000 for the storyboard. For just one page, I've switched it to 800 by 12800. It's a little bigger than the pages I used before. The square thumbnail, 1080 by 1080. And then the vertical thumbnail, which I'm honestly not sure. I have not seen this specific thumbnail on the Webtoon platform being used at all. But it's 1080 by 1920. And for the chapter thumbnail, those little portraits you have next to what the page number would be, it's 160 by 151. Thanks for watching and listening. I'll try to make some more videos. I'm trying to figure out what type of content I want to make on YouTube. Thinking stuff I love, like fighting games, like comics and manga. Videos like that, that is what I'm gonna be making. Art tutorials would be something I could be doing. Yeah, like and subscribe, and have a nice day. Thank you.